Hey guys, it's Elliot again, back with another video. I thought today I'd show you my pins and button collection. So, I've always been someone who likes collecting things, I guess. Like when I was little I collected keychains until, my backpack got so loud with all my keychains clinging. But now I mostly collect buttons. I also collect some socks too, but I like collecting them because you can get really fun, interesting things. You can get vintage ones and whatever. But some of these have really interesting stories, and I have a lot. So I thought I'd tell you about them and show them to you. Yeah, so let's see. Some of these buttons, I maybe could have separated them into categories, but I didn't. So some of them I've just kind of found around the house. Some of them I've purchased. Some of them I've gotten from events and everything. A lot of them are kind of political, but let's just go through. So I have I'll tell you about each of them and read with them. So I have an Obama 08 button that I think I found this in my mom's car. I'm gonna go through and pull out some of the other ones that fall in the category of ones I found in my house in random drawers. This is another one that falls in that category. So it says, kids learn what they live, stop the violence. So this video is going to be a little noisy, I realize. But you can kind of find out a lot about me from some of these buttons. So this one, I'm not entirely sure what the story behind this one is. It's another one that I found in my house. We're Quaker, so we have a lot of like peace buttons. Hang on. I really should have separated these out before I decided to do this. Let's see. Let me pull out more of the found around the house ones too. Maybe I'll dump them. No. Oh, here's another one that I know this. We have a couple of these around the house. If you can see it, it says it takes a whole village to raise a child. I like that one a lot. Oh, here's another one that I found. I must have gotten it from something I went to. It says I'm into art. It's from the art center near our house. Yeah. Oh, here's another Obama one that I found just around. Oh, here's another one that Snow War. That's another one I found around the house. Like I said, we're Quaker. Here, where are some of my other random house buttons? Let's see. Okay. Way too many. Oh, here's another one that I know this is from something from when we were little. I found this one like around the house. It says Macy's Santa Land, which we went to like in the city at one point when I was little. What other ones do I have from just randomly? Oh, here's another one that I found around the house. It says taxes for peace, not war. So it's from the Peace Tax Fund. So, and that's another Quaker one. And let's see. Oh, here's another one I found around the house that I really have no idea what the story behind this one is. It's just like a rainbow apple. Okay, let's see. I think the majority of the ones that are from that category of random from around the house buttons, which I guess I will segue into some that are in a similar category of like ones I got when I was little. Especially, I know there are a few more that are from just that I found in the house, but I can't find them. Oh, here's another one we found. It says Que Pasa. We found it going through my great aunt's jewelry box that we had in our house after she passed away, and I guess my grandma, because it was her, well, technically it was her cousin, but they were like sisters, and so this is one that was from her collection, and I took that. That's the next category that this can kind of, oh, here's I think the last, really, this one, it's a button that says war, the real enemy, with like the slash through it as a no war. Yeah, let's see. The next category would be buttons that I have from childhood, like buttons I got as a kid. So I got this one. It's a little elephant that my great aunt sent to me when I was little, and I realized actually, like, after I'd found it when I was a teenager, that there's actually like lip balm or lip gloss or lip balm inside, which is cool. So that one's neat. Let's see. There's other ones that I have from when I was a kid that were definitely mine as a kid, but that I found in my house and rediscovered. Let's see. Oh, this one's an Eleanor Roosevelt button, so it has Eleanor Roosevelt on it, and it says First Lady of the World, Eleanor Roosevelt. So Eleanor Roosevelt was like a special interest of mine, / she was a really huge role model for me growing up, and like especially in elementary school. I also have like a portrait of her on my wall, and like in our elementary school yearbook, when we got to write who our hero was, I actually wrote Anna Eleanor Roosevelt, because this one kid teased me about how much I was in love with her, and he's like, you know, it's not actually her first name. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I loved Eleanor Roosevelt. She's still a really interesting person, and I still find her to be such an awesome, amazing person. Let's see. What buttons I had from when I was little? I don't know what other ones. Okay. Now I will go through just some of the other ones that I've collected. I don't need to really go in a certain order, I guess, but let's see. Oh, this one says Join the Movement, Unlitter Us. I got this at Martin Luther King Day of Service. I went with my school. Oh, I was in Best Buddies in high school. For a little while, that was an enjoyable thing. So that's a Best Buddies button that I actually pressed because I was in the Best Buddies room. Another one that's in that, I have some from high school. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this one. I don't wear it that much. But it was another thing from Best Buddies is it says don't diss my ability. That's upside down. Which in some ways it's like, I can't see the point, so don't at me about that one. This one says Hear Our Silence. It's from one of the Days of Silence, LGBT Day of Silence, from high school. What other? Oh, I have Merry Tuba Christmas. So I, especially in high school, I played tuba. I don't really play anymore, but I have it. But like, it was a really big part of my life was being a tuba player. So it was actually, I think, my last year of really playing tuba. I had to give up band because of mental illness, which is a whole other story, and I don't really like talking about that much because it's still like a painful subject. But Tuba Christmas is my hat that I love to wear all the time. Like, I wear this constantly. It's also from Tuba Christmas, which is basically, it's what happens, I think, not nationally, maybe internationally, is in like some point in December around Christmas. Like, you can sign up and be in it, or you can go watch, to basically get a bunch of people playing tubas, euphoniums, baritone horns, sousaphones, all different, the whole tuba family, playing Christmas carols together, as only those instruments, and it was so cool to be part of. I did it at the Kimmel Center in Philly, which, because I'm from near Philly, and so we got to play in the lobby of the Kimmel Center, which, if you don't know, is like the big like performing arts, specifically music hall in the city. So like the Philadelphia Orchestra usually plays there. My mom's gotten to sing there a few times. We weren't like on stage, but we were in the like the lobby, which is still really big, and there was maybe like 80 people playing tuba together. It was one of the coolest things I've done ever. So that's what this is from. So what else do I have? I have a lot of buttons that I got at the Trans Health Conference, so I guess I'll show you those next. So I have this one, which is kind of self-explanatory. It's the like the trans symbol with like a fist, like a fight for trans rights kind of thing. I have a lot from there. I got this one because I already had a they them pin, which I'll show you. So I use, if you don't know, I use they them and he him pronouns, but I used to exclusively use they them pronouns. But I got this one, so one of our family friends goes to I'm not sure, Leslie, and when we were visiting them, she was showing me the student center, and they had the them pins. So I had that one, but then when I went to Trans Health Conference, I had recently begun to also use he him pronouns, or did I? Yeah. So I got that from the Trevor Project, like, table. It says he, him, his. My pronouns he, him, his. So, I have a bunch of them. Let's see. Oh. I bought this one. There. It says say no to the binary. Because, yeah, and then it's got like a galaxy background. Maybe I should have done this differently. Oh, I got a Stand with Planned Parenthood button at the Trans Health Conference. Oh, this one says non-binary superstar. Actually, one of my friends, well, like I guess I'd call them, Z's my friend. But Z lives in Boston now, or Cambridge, but Z's originally from Philly area. But it was really cool to see them, or I guess it's Zer, sorry. At the Trans Health Conference, Z was volunteering with a project that was there, and this was one that Z designed. Let's see. I have another one that I have a lot of buttons from the Trans Health Conference, not gonna lie. Oh, this one just says queer. Pretty self-explanatory. I think I got this one at the Trans Health Conference. I'm not 100% sure. I may have purchased it somewhere else, but it's the gender queer flag. Here's another one from the same, this is the organization that my friend Danny Z was in Philly, at the Philly Health Conference with, so the Forge organization, and it says, what pronouns do you prefer? And then this one says the Youth Count Philadelphia. So, the Valley Youth House has an LGBT, they have kind of a couple different things they do, but they work with, they have a couple different programs. So they have youth independent living, youth shelter, respite care. They have different foster care and community-based services, but they also have a big focus on LGBT youth, especially LGBT homeless youth. So this was part of their campaign about and I think it's part of their Couches Don't Count is the hashtag that they use. So they talk about, it's a project where they're really focused on the issues of youth homelessness, and especially in Philadelphia. because if you didn't already know, LGBT youth have a, I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, have a much higher rate of homelessness than their cishet friends, so peers, not friends. They're cisgender heterosexual peers. So this is their the youth count is their project was one of their projects to kind of find out more about homeless LGBT youth in the city of Philadelphia. And what other ones from there? I know I have at least a few others. Well, okay, so I made it. There was a table where I got to make buttons. It was the same one where I got the Nuns Binary Superstar button, but I designed and I made this button so it's the trans flag, and there's an ear. So this is that the summer I went to the Trans Health Conference, was the summer right after one of my good friends, who was also trans, had passed away by suicide. So, after his death, I kind of started drawing this a lot. So it's an ear, and like where the earring hole would be is a little heart. And right here it says "You are always loved," and inside it says his name, Cole. And I really do want to get this tattooed at some point. The ear represents, obviously the trans flag is trans. It's in honor of Cole, but also trans suicide in general, which is a really big problem. So him, but also the ears represent, like, there's always someone who will listen to you and love you no matter what. And that's the heart, is to represent love, and obviously his name for him, and then "You're always loved" in memory of him, and also everyone who's lost to trans suicides. It's a deeply personal one there. Oh, trans lives matter. Pretty self-explanatory, especially black trans lives. Obviously, I am white, but specifically trans women of color are a huge target of hate crimes and murders. So the Trans Day of Remembrance every year is in November, and it's a day to honor trans people who we've lost to anti-trans violence. And it's staggering, and it's a problem. And a lot of times people will use the tranny, which is a slur. Do not use that word unless you're reclaiming it. I'm not someone who is able to reclaim it, but I know some people call it the tranny defense, but it's also known as trans panic in their defense, like, oh, I didn't know they were trans, so my murder of them was completely valid, which is beginning to be stamped out. But anti-transgender, especially anti-transgender violence, and specifically violence against transgender women of color, is a huge, huge problem. I think those are all my Trans Health Conference buttons. I remember about this button that I got when I was little. It says "I'm way over the rainbow." Actually, let it go in the washing machine, which I'm guessing is a gay and queer reference, but I got it when I was like 9 and wasn't super aware of that in my own life at Friends General Conference, which is the big Quaker gathering every year. We used to go every year. We haven't been in a while because we just can't really afford it anymore. But I do want to go back. But I got that at They always have like a really cool bookstore in there, so I got that when I was little. I actually had lost a tooth while we were at the FGC gathering that year, so I got this at the it was a molar, so I think I got like 50 cents or $1 or something. I was able to buy this for that. This I didn't get from the Trans Health Conference, but my friend, who is also friends with my friend Cole, drew this especially. I think oh man, I should know this. We wore these to Cole's Celebration of Life ceremony. Other things. Here's another one from an event. I don't think I was supposed to keep it. Peace Fair is a thing that happens in our yearly meeting for Quaker stuff. And the young friends, which are like the high school age friends, have a gathering that's held during the same time as Peace Fair, and then we get to help out. Peace Fair is basically like a celebration where it's I guess kind of fair, but it's like there's a bunch of information people and like from different organizations and groups that are working towards the goal of peace in some way or shape or form, which is pretty cool. Let's see, what ones do we have that are just have interesting stories? Oh, this one says vote like your rights depend on it. So it's from the ACLU, or the American Civil Liberties Union. So I helped with their postcard campaign before the 2018 elections to try to get voter counts up, because it's really important to go vote. This one asked me about mental health first aid. So a thing you may not know about me is that I am a certified mental health first aider. So I participated in mental health first aid training, so I am actually, well, specifically youth mental health first aid certified, which was a really cool experience, and I strongly recommend it. I was the youngest person in the training by far, because most of the people who were at the one I went to were parents, so that was cool. Take Back the Night button. Take Back the Night is an event that is held on college campuses annually against specifically like campus rape culture and such like that, stuff like that. So got that from when I went to my campuses one. I have this button. It says, "Oh, worm." My friend designed it, and it's the cutest thing, so I bought it from her. She made a bunch of them. Let's see. I have these in 6 different colors. It's the HRC logo. Can you hear my mom? Sorry. So I don't remember how I got those. They mailed them to me. I did something. I have a bunch of buttons from school. So I have this one that I got at our family weekend. It just says Rosemont Proud. I have these. It's part of that I got when I was touring campuses. Be Bold. They also have, I have one that's like Be at Home. They had a bunch of them. I don't know. I have a couple Rosemont buttons. Oh yeah, Be at Home. That was like one of their old like big campaigns. Oh yeah, here's another just plain up, hey, straight up Rosemont College button. What else? Oh, I got this one from when I was working at Girl Scout camp. Oh. Let's see. This one, I have no idea what it is or why, but I got it with one of my like kind of crappy binders when I was first wanting to start binding. I didn't really know how to go about doing that. I ended up not really using that binder. It was not a good binder. It was not a quality binder. I really like my GC2B binders. Not hashtag not sponsored, but I'm not entirely sure. I got this just for free at like from something. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Oh, I do it. Some people from like different health organizations had some tables in our school. I have the Salvadoran flag that I got when I went to El Salvador. I have a couple more Girl Scout buttons. I was a Girl Scout. Haha, funny. But I got these when I was at Girl Scout camp. So it says Peace, Love, Cookies. My boss just had them. And she was getting rid of them. Hang on, I have a couple more that are just like that. Ow. Sorry. I'm sorry. I should have sorted these out sooner. Oh, this says, what can a girl do? Question mark, change the world. See, I know I have one or two more buttons from that. Oh, and this was from that, because I think it was from like, the cookie sales have like a different like theme for the girls every year, so I'm not entirely sure. This was an old one, so it's a little cute little fox. Or I guess that's actually a red panda, sorry. And I have one more Girl Scout button that says, inspire to become, think, dream, give, learn more. This is another Girl Scout one. Oh, here's another Rosemont one. Call it Be Creative. So I have a couple buttons that I got. Oh, this one I got at like an arts festival that I went to in the city. Currently on an extended vacation from reality. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the ones that were kind of like what sparked my button collection. I was just at, like, there's this really cool, like, park, that's, like, right next to the Delaware River in Philly, which is really cool. And we were there, and there was just some, like, vendors there, and they were selling cool buttons, so I decided to get them, and I was like, you know, I'm going to start collecting buttons. And so I did. So that's where my decision to start collecting buttons came from. So I'm going to pull out the ones that I got that. Then, had a couple, they had a lot of like vintage ones too. So this one, I used to be really into fashion. I did modeling for a little while, and there was a period of time where I was considering going to school for fashion design, and I still find fashion really interesting, although I don't really interact with it in the way I used to. But that one just says fashion as a lifestyle. I got this one in high school, which makes it kind of ironic, but it says majoring in, and then crossed out marketing, physics, philosophy, and it's life, so just like majoring in life. I thought that one was cool. I also got this cute dog pin. And this one says, I for one welcome our new robotic overlords. It's just funny. I found another one from the Trans Health Conference. This one's from the Pride study, which is it's like a long-term research study about into kind of health outcomes for LGBT people, which is cool. I'm actually participating in that. It's a really cool thing that they're doing. So those are the ones I got from that. It was so art rooms get weird and messy, and so I was helping to just kind of organize the art rooms at school, and we found about 50 of these buttons, like for no good reason. It says freedom is free, Kelly Collins, and they're from definitely Valley Forge. Some talk. We have no idea what they are or where they came from or why there are so many of them, but they're fun. I have a couple that I got like for practically free from a yard sale. So let's see. Let's pull those out. That one. This one. Here's just those. Actually, it might just be these two I got from my yard sale. 100% sure. But I got these. I don't know what this one is, but it's cool. And this one says, "Oh shit, I turned into my mother," and it's just funny. And then this one I got at the bookstore near where I was in a residential treatment facility for a couple months for my mental illness and stuff. And I got this on a day pass. Obviously, I couldn't take it back with me because it was a pin, but the lifesaver kind of was significant to me at the time because I was barely staying afloat, but I'm doing a lot better now. But yeah, that's why I got that one. This is another of the Freedom is Free ones. I don't know why I have two. Yeah, well. I got this button. Make love not war. I got this. Okay, so this is like, it's like a 5 and dime hardware store, but it also has a bunch of toys. I don't know. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite places. But these was marketed to kids. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, it was like a hippie costume thing, and I'm like, make love. You're marketing something that says make love to kids, which, I mean, okay, I get it. Like, love, peace, whatever. Make love has certain implications. But big hippie, obviously. I'm Quaker. You've seen a bunch of my buttons, which a lot of them are like OG protest buttons. I thought this was hilarious. / also, I agree with the statement. Okay, these two buttons I got. There's this really cool little store in my town that I like going to. They have some buttons, so this one's Mind of My Own. It's a little black sheep. It says Mind of My Own, and this one is a gun with an X through it, which is pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. Oh, I have more of those HRC buttons, Human Rights Campaign. I told you I have them in 6 different colors. I have them. They're yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, and pink. I have them in. What other ones do I have? Oh, I have these 3 that I just... Where did the other one go? Did it back in here? I didn't take it out by accident. I don't know where the cactus guy went. Oh well. I'm sure I'll find it. I got these at Target. It says Radiate Positive Vibes. They're the like stick-on button types. Radiate Positive Vibes. This cute little sparkly cloud. I think they were in the kids section, but like, buttons don't have to have, shouldn't have an age limit. There's also a little sparkly cactus, which is somewhere in this. I maybe could have done this in a more effective way, but I didn't. So yeah. I'm doing it this way. Oh, here's the cactus. Here it is. He's so cute. It's got a little bow on it. I have a bunch of buttons that I got. Oh, I got this for Christmas, not this most recent Christmas, but the Christmas before. I love it. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but it says, "I solemnly swear I will smash the patriarchy." So, I have, in the Harry Potter vein, I have a bunch of Harry Potter buttons. I am a huge Potterhead. I know it's like cliche and everything, but you know, Harry Potter was my childhood. I grew up. They were some of the first books that they're kind of what really kindled. Just, I don't read as much as I used to, but I used to read so much, and really it's Harry Potter. Because I started reading young, but I tended to read books that were really kind of too easy for me because they were like what were my interest level, but not my reading level. So reading Harry Potter was kind of helped me to start really reading books that were actually at my reading level, but that were still interesting. Because I learned to read when I was 4, and then I just never put books down from then, really, until now. I don't read as much as I used to. whatever. So, you know, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. And Dobby is a free elf. I got these at Hot Topic. Whatever. And then I have a set of 4 Harry Potter buttons that I got at Five Below. Just because you're allowed to use magic does not mean you have to whip your wands out for everything, which is, Mrs. Weasley said that after Fred and George turned 17 and then they just started using magic for everything. This one just says Ministry of Magic. This one says Future Wizard. And this one says Wizard in Training. I'll show you the rest of my Hot Topic buttons, because, you know, I like having things that fit into categories, so. So I have this one. It's a gay pride button. Queer pride. This one, which is a cactus that says "Hold Me." I liked the humor for that. Sorry, I'm awkward. Sorry. I apologize. I am a really big, I think it's an anxiety thing, OCD thing, but this is a statement. I got this one in high school when I was still in a really big problem with apologizing too much. But yeah, I'm constantly saying that I'm awkward, so I thought that was funny. This one has only become more relatable. I like to party, and by party I mean take naps. So, this one says, I'm sorry I'm late, I didn't want to come. I don't feel like explaining that one, there's no need. And this one just says rad. I used to say that a lot. I used to say hella rad a ton. I don't say it as much. Let's see, what else do you have? Oh, these two are cute. Got them at my friend had a little like party and they had pronoun pins for everybody to take. So now I have matching pronoun pins for my 2 sets of pronouns, which is nice. I got this at a little like shop that was like handmade stuff and antiques, and you're down in Virginia, and it was really cute. I have a couple buttons from Etsy. These are some of my favorite buttons, these two. So this is from the Etsy shop Sip Meg. So it says it says it's okay not to be okay, and this one says Chronic Pain Warrior. Both of those are kind of self-explanatory. And then another set of buttons that I got from Etsy. I don't know, I got them in pairs. This one says I survived suicide. Because I am a suicide survivor. I'm not going to go into that here. If you want me to talk more about that in a future video, let me know. But yeah. And then this one, in a similar vein, says from surviving to thriving, which is a really big thing for me. That was always kind of like the goal, and now I really truly can say that. Like for a long time when I was really mentally ill, it was like one day I will do more than just survive. And now I really am. Feel like that. And then that leaves, I just have 2 more buttons. These are my 2 newest buttons. I picked them for myself for Christmas. My sister got annoyed because she hates that I sometimes help put things for the stockings. But we got them in this really interesting shop. It was like witchy, really witchy, and holistic stuff, health medicine. We also got like cool worry stones there. The first one says, it is easier to build strong children than repair broken men, which is Frederick Douglass, which is a quote. It's I feel that. I believe that strongly. I really want to go into youth mental health, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about before, but that is a big thing for me, so I really like that button. And then peace also takes courage. You can tell I'm really pacifist from these. So let me know what you thought about this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Oh, I just said that. Okay, sorry. I always find it weird when people are like, give this video a big thumbs up, and I just said it. But, yeah. let me know what you collect, or what you think about my buttons. If you know of any cool places to get buttons, let me know. Or I also need to get a new jacket to put my buttons on because I like to wear them all at once, but that one kind of, the sleeves are a little too short now because I have really long arms. But yeah, that's it for today. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, I'll see you when I see you.